عليه ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا من يهده الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلله فلا هادي له أما بعد فأعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم ونفس وما سواها فألهمها فجورها وتقواها قد أفلح من زكاها وقد خاب من دساها صدق الله العظيم وبلغنا رسوله النبي الكريم ونحن على ذلك من الشاهدين والشاكرين والحمد لله رب العالمين. My dear respected listeners, in relationship to this month, we have been talking about the great sacrifice that Sayyidina Ibrahim ala nabiyyina wa alayhi salatu wassalam gave before Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala upon the order of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And we had said last week that only by suppressing one's desire one can reach the station of friendship of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, as exemplified by Sayyidina Ibrahim ala nabiyyina alayhi salatu wasalam, and in fact by all Anbiya of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave us this example, and this example was perfectified by Sayyidina Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam. May my life, my parents and my family be sacrificed upon his honor. By sending him into this world, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala perfected the deen. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has said about this deen that, in fact, this is in relation to this month as well, that on the day of Arafah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave this huge honor to this Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and by virtue of him, his ummah, his nation, that today, al-yawm, we have completed our deen for you, wa atmamtu alaykum ni'mati, and our blessing has been made tamam upon you. One translation of it would be that it has been completed, but the other translation would be that it has been perfected upon you. It has been completed to the point of perfection upon you by virtue of this Nabi sallallahu alayhi wasallam. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, before even creating this humanity, and this is the whole purpose, and this has been exemplified by all Anbiya, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, إِنَّا عَرَضْنَا الْأَمَانَةَ عَلَى السَّمَاوَاتِ وَالْأَرْضِ وَالْجِبَالِ فَأَبَيْنَ أَنْ يَحْمِلْنَهَا وَأَشْفَقْنَ مِنْهَا وَحَمَلَهَا الْإِنسَانُ. We presented this amana. What is this amana? We'll talk about it later. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying that we presented this amana, or this trust, upon ala samawat, upon the skies, wal ard, upon the earth, wal jibal, huge magnanimous creations of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, magnificent creations of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, mountains. فَأَبَيْنَ أَنْ يَحْمِلْنَهَا. They all said that we are not going to take it. وَأَشْفَقْنَ مِنْهَا. And they became scared of it. They were afraid of it. وَحَمَلَهَا الْإِنسَانُ. And insan took it. Human took it. إِنَّهُ كَانَ ظَلُومًا جَهُولًا. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying that definitely he was very cruel and very ignorant. This amana is that whenever the order of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala comes, whenever there is a desire, something, a form of doing something which you clearly know will please Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and compared to that there is something else, and there may be multiple things, but primarily there is three kinds of things against the will or pleasure of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that take us in a direction to displease Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. One, and the most dangerous one, is our nafs, is the bad side of ourself, our nafs. That bad side is particularly strong in the jinnat, in the jinn kind, but human beings, it is about 50-50. And it is so dangerous that in fact this was the one that actually misled shaitan. Because before shaitan, there was no shaitan, as our Mashaykh say. But what made shaitan shaitan? Shaitan was made shaitan because of his nafs, because of his bad side, which is particularly strong in the jinn kind. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has said, كَانَ مِنَ الْجِنِّ فَفَسَقَ عَنْ أَمْرِ رَبِّهِ. He was from among the jinn kind, therefore he فَفَسَقَ عَنْ أَمْرِ رَبِّهِ. Therefore he hastened. فَفَسَقَ. When fa is added, it basically means that the natural outcome was, the immediate outcome was, فَفَسَقَ عَنْ أَمْرِ رَبِّهِ. He did fasq. He broke the order of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. His Rabb's order was not important to him. He broke that order of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and what did he do? Upheld his nafs. For this reason, our ulama, our mufassirin say that when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying that we gave this amana, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is not even saying that this amana is shared, this trust is shared between the jinn kind and the mankind. No. وَحَمَلَهَا الْإِنسَانِ. Insan is the one who bore this amana. Shayateen and jinnat are not capable of bearing this amana. But anyway, this amana is to uphold the order of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. To uphold the order of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wherever you are. Since human beings are on the earth, this amana in relation to earth has been given up to the human beings, has been laid on the shoulders of the human beings. So the second thing which takes us in a direction to breach this trust with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, to break this trust with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, is shaitan, which pours in our hearts and in our minds the importance and the worldly benefit of disobeying Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. With nafs, it is the pleasure, it is satisfaction. Our nafs shows us pleasure and satisfaction of disobeying Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Such a sin is coming, you are presented with the opportunity of sinning in such and such manner. Do this, it will be really pleasurable to you. This is the mode of action of nafs. The shaitan shows us the worldly benefit. And shaitan and its hawari, its companions, they create situations in this world, they create our surrounding, our environment, that becomes the third factor in and of itself at times. When even shaitan is not directly into play on the scene, but the situation, the surrounding that we are living in, and that has been created by shaitan and the companions of shaitan, the workers of shaitan, it takes us in a direction, it propels us in a direction of disobeying and displeasing Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So the amana is to stand against all three of these, and most importantly our nafs and what emanates from our nafs, which is called hawa in the language of Quran. Hawa is that which our nafs produces, that desire which our nafs produces to take us in a direction of disobeying Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. وَنَهَى النَّفْسَ عَنِ الْهَوَى. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has said in the Quran, talking about those who are successful, that one big sign of those people is that they prohibit their nafs. وَنَهَى النَّفْسَ عَنِ الْهَوَى. That they prohibit, they keep their nafs from following the desire of the nafs, which is hawa. So my dear respected brothers, this trust that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala did not give, in fact was not taken up by huge and magnificent creations of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, but the human beings took it, me and you and all the human beings took it, is to uphold the order of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in the face of the worst of odds. No matter what the situation may be, we have taken the trust that we will uphold the order of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Where will we uphold it? As humanity, as humans, we will uphold the order of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala upon the whole earth. But as an individual, and this is the first step of doing it, we will uphold the order of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala upon our kingdom. And our kingdom is, to begin with, our body, ourselves. Nobody has any control over us more than us ourselves. Any creation, no creation, not even the shaitan has the control, that kind of control which we have over ourselves. Secondly, our kingdom extends to those who are surviving under us, those who are dependent upon us, for example, our children, our families. My dear respected brothers, the example of Sayyidina Ibrahim alayhi salam, which resulted in him becoming the friend of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and a wali of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Wali is just another word for friend. Is consistently to give up, to quell, to suppress your desire, and to give preference to the order of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And this is very hard. But this is what carries reward. And this is, to do this hard work is the sacrifice. Now, one thing that should be mentioned here, and our mashayikh particularly take care to mention it at every point that they talk about this, is that one thing is that some people think that we are evil, we are bad, and we are intrinsically bad because we have these desires of disobeying Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Whenever an avenue comes, whenever an opportunity comes to disobey Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, we, from our inside, we want to disobey Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And if you do not catch this point, and if you want to travel the path of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, your whole life will be spent, but you will not get this point, and you will not be successful. That the point is not to totally annihilate the evil desires. In fact, the evil desires being there are a cause of our superiority over the angels, over the malaika, and over all the other creations of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Because we are the ones who face the challenge, who sacrifice our desires, who give up something for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Angels haven't given up anything for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Angels do not have the capacity to sin. They are always obedient to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. My Shaykh Hazrat Hakim Akhtar rahimahullah used to give an example that there is a pole and that's standing there day and night, and so many things that are not supposed to be seen are experienced and witnessed by that pole. So what do we say? That pole does not give in to the muqtaza or the requirement, the necessary action that may be taken after being pulled towards sin. That pole does not commit any sins. So what would we say? That sin has become that pole has become a friend of Allah. That pole has become a wali. No. The reason is that that pole does not have that desire. That desire simply does not exist. For human beings, that desire exists within us. If we annihilate all those desires to do evil, what will we become? We will become people who do not have the capacity to do anything, not do things even in the permissible manner. So the desire that is there is actually a means of taking us closer to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Is actually a means of making us friends of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, because friendship results from sacrifice. Friendship results from sacrifice, from giving up something for the sake of your friend. And the bigger of a thing you give up for your friend, the better of a friend you become. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us the tawfiq. Wa akhiru da'wana alhamdulillahi rabbil alameen.